What's up, everybody? What is up? Here we are doing another podcast. Tonight we're going to be talking about trading. We're going to be dealing with some humming bot, some arbitrage. All right, what's up, everybody? It's Friday night. What does that mean? That means you're here. You found me. And I won't say anything more about it. Maybe that means you're bored. Maybe that means that you were waiting all night to see this. Either way, you're in the right place. Okay? This is YadaCoin, baby. What are the other assets out there? You know, why even look at them? We have a hardware wallet. We have a wrap token. We have an L1 blockchain. We built our layer 1 blockchain from scratch. And now we have a wrap token on Binance Smart Chain, and we have a hardware wallet that is protected by smart contract validation. So that's our little spiel, but you definitely should be looking into YadaCoin. We're going to make some announcements and get some more folks in here. All right. I have all my chats up, and now I can see everything. I can see the messages that are being sent. Okay, everybody. Tonight, we're going to be doing a Friday night airdrop. It's the Friday night airdrop, everybody. You know what that means. You know what that means. I don't even have to tell you. It's time for a mother freaking airdrop. Friday night airdrop. All you have to do is open up your Trust wallet, MetaMask wallet, anything that supports Binance Smart Chain, and then copy your address and paste it into the chat, and you will receive an airdrop. And remember, if you're lurking, it is okay. It's okay to lurk, but it's even better to drop your address and get a free airdrop. We have... Oh, let's change these, titles. Airdrop. All right, it's hot in here. Drop your address, everybody. Your Binance Smart Chain address in the chat. See what we can do here. We're gonna let it run one more time. We're gonna let it run again.
I agree with you. Problem. So is being widely adopted. The problem.
Let's watch something that Andrew Tate is saying about crypto.
So is being widely adopted.
Actually, let's go ahead and open this on our browser.
Rebuilds from its small current dip. As the matrix.
Okay, let's watch this.
Crypto is being widely adopted globally. And everyone's saying, yeah, it's the future. And I agree with you, it is. But the problem is that the one thing that makes crypto so fantastic is also its downfall, the blockchain. The fact that there is no privacy at all involving crypto. Everyone says cash is king. And they say that.
What is he talking about? There's a few different blockchains that allow privacy. Monero, Zcash, Mimblewimble. Okay, maybe he'll clarify.
Say that because they think that, you know, you can give money to other people and the government can't stop it. That's not why cash is king. Cash is king is because when you give money to other people, nobody knows they were given the money. That's why the American government still gives $45 billion a week to the Taliban in cash. The beauty of cash is that nobody knows it happened. And as crypto rebuilds,
it's fungible. What he's talking about is fungibility. And that's that's one thing that Bitcoin is always slammed by the Monero community for, is its lack of fungibility. Is that not all some coins can become tainted with their UTXO trail, but with Monero there's no history, so you can't well, there's history obviously, but it's not traceable back to any particular wallet, so they cannot be contaminated. One coin cannot be, you know, differentiated from another one with regards to where it has been. So that's what he's talking about.
From its small current dip, as the matrix solidifies, as you can see around us, as the beautiful matrix we live in gets its claws deeper into all of our lives, you need to very seriously understand that the AI algorithms they are building, their primary objective is more control. They're going to scan the blockchain, they're going to prepare tax indictments and hand them to judges.
Maybe. I mean, again, this gets back to, you know, addressing your government and, you know, changing policy. You know, are they going to, so they're going to scan the blockchain, so the presumption there is that you've done something bad, that you've done something illegal, right? They're not going to indict you just for using crypto. So he's kind of spreading fear here without much basis for an argument. You know, I don't really think he's like thinking this through, or maybe he doesn't know all the options that are out there. I don't like, and obviously you can use a privacy coin. They can't scan the Monero chain. You can't even see a Monero balance. So good luck with that. But, you know, it really shouldn't be about hiding anything either. You know, you should be able to transact on the internet in these new modern ways using decentralized finance and not feel like you are doing something illegal or that's not above board, right? So it needs to be, you know, you need to address your government wherever you're based out of. This is an issue that, you know, if you have a government that basically just says all crypto is bad and you can't use any crypto except for their own currency, then you probably need to address your government. Like, you have an issue bigger than, you know, just to use a privacy coin, right? It's more than that. If they can do that, they can do a lot more, I guess is what I'm getting at. So you're going to have bigger problems than this if they have that much control. And if they're that unreasonable to where they will, you know, prosecute anybody who's used crypto. You know? All right, let's keep going.
It doesn't matter that the government can't stop a Bitcoin transaction. I see all these crypto people. The government can't stop me sending my Bitcoin. No, they can't. But they can lock you in a room. They can put you in a cell. That will stop you sending your Bitcoin, won't it? They can still lock you up. That is their answer to stopping you sending your Bitcoin, because they know you've sent it. And AI is scanning the blockchain, and they're preparing indictments for everybody. They're going to know every single penny anyone has sent anywhere. And
Okay, yeah, they can lock you up. That's true. But and yeah, they can put you in a cell, and that will keep you from sending Bitcoin. I don't know if the issue was being able to send Bitcoin. I don't think people were worried about being able to send Bitcoin. I think the contention was, not really sure what he's getting at here, because people weren't really saying, oh well, you can't stop me sending Bitcoin. Well, yeah, of course not. And I don't know, he's kind of getting back to what I was saying yesterday about, or the day before, about Bitcoin and why its days may be numbered because of a lot of these issues. You know what I mean? Like, Bitcoin doesn't do privacy very well. You know what I mean? And maybe privacy will become very relevant in the very near future. I don't know. But there's a lot of these Bitcoin improvement proposals that claim to do privacy. And you saw a lot of the claims about privacy with Taproot that we covered in the other stream. And it's ridiculous. It's like, this really ties into what I was saying about how when Taproot claims to be private because they're hiding the other spending routes that you have set in the scripts area, but the spending script is revealed, the one that you do use. So the one that you do use is revealed. So that's exactly what he's talking about. It's like, when so what's the point? You know what I mean? If it's revealed when it's used, then it's traceable. So how can you claim that's private? It's like only future private. You know, like, you can't tell what you're going to do, but once it's done, it's 100% traceable. Bitcoin is not private, and it probably never will be unless they fundamentally change what Bitcoin is. All right, let's keep
the only way to get around this is to start taking privacy seriously, which is why I believe the easiest way to get rich in crypto in the coming bull market is privacy solutions. Confidential layer, for example, brand new privacy solution. Perfect opportunity for you to invest. Get in now, get in before everyone else, and once the indictments start coming out, you're gonna see it pop. Just like we saw.
Okay, so all right, so let's think about this, right? So you want to start using a privacy coin, right? Because you want to, this is what he's saying. Okay? So your plan is to use a privacy coin so that you can avoid being detected, right? But how are you going to get your money into a privacy coin? Because the only way to do that is to, so without using it in an exchange, is to stake the coin and get some, coins in a block reward. So, okay, so it's to get the coins in a block reward. That's the only way to do it. So you have to get awarded the coins when the block is mined. That's the only completely anonymous way to do that on a privacy chain. Other than that, you're going to have to exchange it on some platform. So how are you going to do that? You're going to do that in some place where there's no KYC, right? But they can still trace you on a non KYC exchange. Like KYC just makes it easier. You know what I mean? But if they seize the exchange and all the records, they can get IP addresses, and then those IP addresses can be subpoenaed, and then they can get internet service providers who had the IP during the trade. And I guess unless you were using a VPN or something like that, but you'd have to really cover your tracks really well. You have to make sure you're using different browsers and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? It would be very easy to make a mistake that would cost you your freedom in that situation. So, basically what I'm getting at is you're not going to get away with it. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. Like you're going to get caught. That's just how it's going to go. We're talking about, like the United States government or any like modern government here with top tier surveillance and forensic abilities, right? So their capability to find you is quite advanced. So I don't think that I would roll the dice on, oh, I'm just gonna go sell my Bitcoin for some Monero, and then I'm going to, withdraw the Monero, and then I'm safe. No, that's not how it happens. So where did you get the Bitcoin? You got it from Coinbase? Oh, you sent it from Coinbase over to KuCoin, or you sent it to Kraken, or somewhere where they support Monero, and then you had an email address on that account at Kraken, and then did you KYC there, or did you use your email that is tied to your name? Did you use a VPN? Did you use a different browser? Did you use a different computer? Did you really gotta be pretty darn sophisticated to outmaneuver. Exactly, the IRS will find you eventually. They will. So, the only real way for you to go about doing this is ban him. Anyway, the only way to go about doing it is to mine the coin, right? To get coins through the block reward. And then I don't think that possessing the coins is illegal. I think that it's just illegal to make gains on the coins, to realize gains, financial gains on the coins without paying the IRS. So, yeah. So, but can you, so if you trade, and if you don't use a DEX, and then even still, some of the DEX stuff, you're hitting a server that's unknown to you, if you're not using your own node, there's certain aspects of even a DEX that can get you in this scenario. So, he's trying to pump privacy coins like they are the solution, and they're just not. Eventually you're going to have to address your government directly. You know what I mean? Are you doing something illegal just because you're making gains trading assets? Is this actually illegal? Maybe that's an argument you should make with your government. Maybe that's something that you need to take to Congress or your parliament or wherever, right? And address those issues directly, because you're not going to hide. You can't hide in this world, right? And it's like a predator. If you run, they're going to chase you. It's the way I feel about it. And they're going to be faster than you, and they're going to catch you. So it's like, why do that? I sent my crypto to the hacker, Mr. IRS man. Here's a wallet, make up one that I sent my crypto to. Oh yeah, so like, oh yeah, I got scammed and I accidentally sent my crypto to wallet. Yeah, I don't know, you know. I don't know. I don't know. When you're sitting in a room with those neon lights above you humming and you're awaiting your arraignment, that seems like a big gamble. But then again, you know, you probably wouldn't be making those statements to them directly. You know, your lawyer would obviously be doing that because nobody would just talk like that, right? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I mean, that story might fly, but I feel like they thought of that one, and I feel like it's yeah, I feel like they've thought of that and probably have something. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do have the hardware wallet. Safe. That's right. Right. Yeah. I mean, that is actually a valid use case for that. Like if you get apprehended and, you know, your seed phrase is in your wallet on a piece of paper or your seed phrase is at your house and search all that. I mean, they might take your crypto. So, you're going to want that extra layer of protection, that PIN, so that they can't import your seed into some other wallet and then just confiscate those funds. But, you know, like I said, I don't recommend doing that. Well, I don't recommend doing anything illegal. You know, just stay above board. There's plenty you can do legally, you know. And I think that Mr. Tate is, I don't know, like what's, I don't know. Not, you don't have to be doing, I don't know. I feel like this argument is like saying, well, I don't need privacy because I don't do anything bad, which I hate that argument. You know what I mean? So I hate that argument because here's why. It's not just because, um, well, a lot of people don't have a reason. I don't feel like they just feel like, well, you know, if I'm not doing anything wrong, then I shouldn't need privacy, right? Like anybody that needs privacy is probably doing something bad. No, because you need privacy to maintain personal sovereignty, and also information is a weapon. You can weaponize information against somebody, right? So, you know, privacy is basically about personal being, it's about protecting your mind, really. It's about protecting your possessions, about protecting your beliefs, right? Because if somebody knows very intimate details about you, they can manipulate you. That's very true. And come on, we all know that's why they want to know so much, right? It's obvious, right? So they want to be able to stay ahead of things and create narratives and all of that jazz. So do an airdrop real quick to Chemical Soldier who joined us on this. Do an air quick. Bam. Air drizzle. All right, let's continue with this video. Sent.
Saw was ZEC. It popped. There is no way we saw was ZEC. It popped. Get in now, get in before everyone else, and once the indictments start coming out, you're going to see it pop. Just like we saw with ZEC, it popped. There is no way
Zcash
privacy is not the whole big conversation that the entire crypto world is going to be having when people start getting locked up. So, as I enjoy the beauty of the Matrix, as I understand that we can't ever really escape it, I can't have an electric scooter without being part of the Matrix. I can't film on this phone without being part of the Matrix. I'm living in Dubai. They know everything I do. They know everywhere I go. This is the Matrix. The Matrix is coming. But if they're going to phase out cash, the least I can do, the very least I can do, is use something like confidential layer and try and prevent them from knowing where every single penny of my money has gone.
That's a fair take, that they won't know every single penny. They won't be able to audit every single expenditure if you are on a privacy chain. That's accurate. They will know how much money of yours went in. They'll know how much you funded yourself. They won't be able to know how much you acquired from others. This is true. I actually correct my earlier statement. You would be able to get coins by receiving them from other users, right? So yeah. Oh no, I was talking about public block, or like non-private blockchain. Okay. Yeah. So people sending you coins on a private chain is another way that you can get the coins, and I suppose you have to like send or convert or do any sort of blockchain, or do any sort of exchange trading or whatever. You know, maybe you do, like, you mow someone's lawn and they send you some Monero. That's definitely a way to get some money. It's basically, if, okay, look, at that point, if that starts happening, then you may start seeing some cooperation with people to stop using non-private crypto. That may happen, but there's a hell of a network effect that's going to need to start taking place if that's going to be something that happens. You know, you're going to need to see some very wide adoption of Cash and all this. And then, you know, so how does that play out in, like, you saw what happened with, like, in the COVID lockdowns, like, businesses cooperate with the government like that whenever somebody, you know, whenever there's any sort of guidelines that may threaten to shut their business down, right? So, you know, do you think that a business is going to risk it all by accepting privacy coin? No, that's the first thing they're going to do, outlaw privacy coin in that scenario. They start arresting people, you know, for using, you know, blockchain to make gains, and they didn't report, and people start getting arrested. They'll either change the narrative and say that everybody was breaking the law and evading taxes. Well, that's probably all they'll say. Really, I feel like the only option is they'll just claim that everybody was evading taxes. They're not going to just say he was using crypto, so, you know, go to jail. And then everybody's gonna be like, yeah, go to jail because you're using crypto. That's not how that happens. It's gonna be like, oh, another one got caught using or evading taxes. That was that guy. And then you're just gonna see a ton of that stuff, and or maybe the news won't even cover it, right? So it's like, okay, now, you know, we're not even talking about all the people that are getting arrested and thrown in jail for tax evasion. But it might start happening more and more. I don't know. You started to see some grumblings about. So this gets into, again, like, what is tax evasion? You know what I mean? You can change that. It's a government for and by the people. Okay, so the IRS is not this government in and of itself appointed by a king, and it's like full of henchmen that are part of this diabolical, tyrannical, entity. It's not like you can't go in there and vote your way into changing the tax code, so maybe we throw out capital gains for individuals. Maybe that's not something that we want. Maybe we want to. We already had. I think Trump was talking about getting rid of capital gains for crypto anyway. And then he's already been talking about getting rid of income tax eventually. So whether or not that actually happens, nobody knows. But it's like, it's on the table. They've said this. It's not like they said it, or it's not like they were like, okay, you can't ever, make gains in crypto and not pay taxes on it. Like, that's never possible. Of course it's possible. You know what I mean? It's 100% possible if we say it is. Mosquito. Anyway, it's 100% possible if we say it is, because we are the people. We are the government, So we make the rules. And if everybody agrees, then that's what the rules are.
Crypto is being...
So let's see if Andrew Tate has some more stuff to say. Not logged in. Let's look here. Why is all this stuff so old?
Battles in which armies go to war.
What the hell?
World is influence. It's always...
Oh, I'm like gonna play his commercial. Oh, this is all old stuff. Anyway. Well. Let's look at some more crypto stuff on the Twitter. All right, everybody, let's do an airdrop break while I look for some more. All right. Drop your addresses if you're new to the chat. Drop those addresses. Binance Smart Chain address, everybody. Drop your Binance Smart Chain address, or drop your YadaCoin address. If you have a YadaCoin wallet, drop your YadaCoin address. If you don't have a wallet yet and you want to just create something really quickly, just go to YadaCoin.io/app. APP. Let me put the text on here real quick. Why can I not choose the color of this? Weird. Weird. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Yeah. Let's change that. where did it? That's weird. I had this. I just had the color open. Oh. Oh well, I guess we'll just go with that. Wait, I can't see it now. My God. Oh, I see. I'm blind. I see. Learning as I go here, folks. Weird. Oh, it made it small on it. Okay. My bad. Okay, here we go. Let's play it again. Alright. Drop your YadaCoin addresses, everybody. You can drop your YadaCoin address once per airdrop break, if you feel so inclined. Alright, let's look for some stuff here.
Tendency, government, big currency over time. It's no system that beats that.
Alright, let's check this one out. Warren Buffett, the value of the dollar is decreasing. The value of decreasing. Value of $1. decreasing every day.
We wouldn't want to be, and obviously we wouldn't want to be owning anything that we thought was in a currency that was really going to hell. And that's the big thing we worry about with the United States currency. I mean, the tendency of a government to want to debase its currency over time is, there's no system that beats that. You know, you can pick dictators, you can pick representatives, you can do anything, but the people, there will be a push toward weaker currencies, and of course that is, I mentioned very briefly in the annual report that fiscal policy is what scares me in the United States, because it's made the way it is, and all the motivations are doing a lot of things that can cause trouble with money. But that's not limited to the United States. It's all over the world, and some places it gets out of control regularly. As you know, they devalue at rates that are breathtaking, and that's continued. I mean, and people can study economics and you can have all kinds of arrangements, but in the end, if you've got people that control the currency, you can issue paper money, and you will, or you can engage in clipping currencies like they used to do centuries ago. Or there will always be people. It's the nature of their job. I'm not singling them out as particularly evil or anything like that. But the natural course of government is to make the currency worth less over time, and that's got important consequences. And it's very hard to build checks and balances into the system to keep that from happening.
Yeah, I mean, nothing new for us. Pretty much preaching to the choir. I mean, you could say that Bitcoin's value is really just exposing the true value of the dollar, right? So it's like looking in a mirror and seeing something you don't like, right? You know, it's not that Bitcoin is necessarily super valuable. It's just that the US dollar could be super worthless. We're not sure. Not looking good, bro. So I think given what he's saying here, you know, crypto continues to be a good bet. I would almost say that most digital assets are going to be a good bet against the dollar in the long run. Even ones that lost, like if it's still active, if the project is still active and, you know, on exchanges and the developers are still there and all that jazz, then it still has a shot at beating the dollar. Someday it will lose against the dollar. It's, you know, if the dollar continues, right? It's just it's a mathematical certainty. How long have we been at this? 51 minutes. Let's get some more. Get another headline. Listen to. Okay, looks like. Alright, we'll just, I don't know what this video is about, but there's a bunch of people listening intently, and it looks. Friends. Looks like they're talking about some economics or something like that. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. From Altcoin Daily.
Cycle finished. We had this perfect 4-year cycle. And this is where everybody's scratching their heads right now is, what the hell's going on? Has the cycle finished? That's the big question everyone debates all day. And for me, you can see what's happened here. There used to be this perfect 4-year cycle, and suddenly it's changed. Well, what happened here is we've added an extra year. In 2022, at the beginning of 22, rates were still at 0, and they extended the debt maturity by a year to 5 years. So we've got an extra year in the equation. So all of the debts that need to get rolled in 2026 and not 2025. So that's why we've had less liquidity than we've expected at this point. You know, the banana zone point in the cycle has had less liquidity. I only really found this out over the summer when I redid the maths on all of this and realized, okay, wow, they've actually changed the structure of liquidity here. So when we change it to the new 5.4 year where the debt maturity is, this is what we're going to get. So again, it gives you an idea that we're probably likely to peak out towards the end of 2026 in terms of liquidity as opposed to this year. So probabilistically speaking, which is how I think about the world, we've got further to go and we've got the big liquidity burst to come.
You hear that, folks? We've got the big liquidity burst to come. That means a lot of money coming in. I don't know. This is not financial advice, and take it with a grain of salt, but kind of interesting. Right, let's look here. Get another. Let's load up another video. Feels like Saturday morning cartoons. Time for another cartoon. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody was just talking about how Bitcoin is going to be the reserve currency of Yeah, I feel like that kind of demonstrates a bit of ignorance of some of the other issues going on. You know, yes, if they force us all to use Bitcoin, then yes, it will probably be the reserve currency of the world. But Bitcoin will not be the reserve currency of the entire world if it's a completely democratic decision. You know, like, you know, if like there's too much competition. And I don't there should not be one reserve currency for the entire world. I don't know why everybody wants I don't know why there are some people who want there to be one reserve currency. Why would you want one blockchain to be successful and all the other ones, like, why would you just want one blockchain? There's no like drawback to allowing other blockchains to exist. There's no drawback. The competition is good. It drives innovation, you know? The blockchain developers are personally invested both through the coin and also, you know, through their own legacy, right? They are creating something that they can call their own, right? And so what are we going to do? Just all be Bitcoin developers? No, we don't want to do that, because a lot of us don't like how Bitcoin was built in the first place. You know, there's tons of, there's almost a bigger community of Ethereum smart contract developers, but I can't substantiate that for sure. But I will say that there are people who would not want to work on Bitcoin at all. So these finance guys are getting a little ahead of themselves. What is Stream Hub World? I'm curious. Am I being like restreamed across the world? That would be cool. Let's visit their profile. Stream Hub World. Okay, well, welcome to the channel. You've been here for a while. I feel like we, oh, never mind, you're gone. And he's gone. Okay. Down. Did I share this already? I feel like I did. Let's re-share it. Oh. All right, we just made an announcement. Also, I'm gonna post some on Telegram. announcement is out on Telegram. All right, we're gonna do some airdrop music, and we're gonna take it home. Here we go. All right, final airdrop of the night. Drop your Binance Smart Chain address in the chat to get your airdrop. Stream's almost over. You gotta post your Binance Smart Chain address, and I will give you an airdrop. You will get coins. Post your Binance Smart Chain address in the chat. Post your Binance Smart Chain address in the chat. Post your Binance Smart Chain address in the chat right now. Boom. What a workout. We did great tonight, everybody. Thanks for joining. Oh, we got an address. I guess I have to do an airdrop after all. Okay, we'll hang out a few more seconds. Ooh, let me catch my breath real quick. Tune's going. Okay. Get this logo. And since you did a Binance Smart Chain address, I will use this URL. Boom. Okay. So YadaCoin.io/wallet is our newest wallet. It is our hardware wallet. Specific to, well, not specific to our coin, but it's our own patented technology, and it can be used to protect any token on the Binance Smart Chain, so long as it is BEP20 compatible, which is most of them. We have plans in the future of adding more tokens, and our hardware device can add as a key provisioning device for other L1 chains as well. And it's a very inexpensive device compared to other hardware wallets. And you can pick it up at our website, but it's the only website, or it's the only wallet that you can actually get your seed phrase stolen or your private key and still be protected. Won't lose your coins. I demonstrated this the other day. You actually wrap your BEP20 tokens in our security model. Tokens, and that's how they remain protected. You have to have additional permissions to transfer them. Okay, let's but we don't have to get into all that technical stuff. Just know that protected by mag. If somebody were to get your private key and import it into another wallet, they wouldn't be able to transfer those tokens. Now, if somebody did that to your unprotected tokens, then they would be able to take them. Does that make sense? So let's say you have Doge on Binance Smart Chain. You would convert it to Yada wrapped Doge. It'll always be convertible back to Doge. But while it's Yada wrapped Doge, then you can get your private key or your seed phrase stolen, and your Yada wrapped Doge will remain protected. If the same thing happened to your plain Doge, they would all get stolen, and there'd be nothing you can do about it. So our wallet is quite innovative. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. I usually just use this on my phone, but I want to do a demonstration. So we'll do some QR scanning from this wallet. All right. So we have that going now. All right, now we'll rotate to 331. You may be like, what the hell is going on with this rotation stuff? That's actually the critical part of our security, is key rotations on every key signing event. And all of your balances of all your coins are transferred to the new key rotation every single time you sign any. So if somebody got your private key, all you would have to do is perform some action on your wallet, and then that private key would no longer be useful to them, because there would be a balance. All of your coins would have been transferred away. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan that. Yeah, I'm getting pretty good at this. All right. So now Okay. All right. So we'll go here and we'll send. Oh, I don't have that window going. Oops. There we go. My bad. Hey. So let's go ahead and get your there. How to get your address over there? I'll just do. Go away. Show that. All right. Okay. Good to go, good to go, good to go, good to go. Boom. Okay. So, get the Yada sent over right away. So now we just have to go to rotation 332. So on the device, again, you'll see that it is currently on 331. You'll see that it's on 331 right here. Just, yeah, there. All right, yeah, so it's on rotation 331. So I just hit next on here. Hold on. Timed out. Yeah. So I just hit next here on the device. And it flicks to 332. And so that matches what I'm trying to do. That number matches this number at the top of the screen. And so now it's going to start processing the transaction. And so now that key that I was just using, that private key, is now dead. It cannot be used anymore. Keep seeing that. Anyway, deal with that later. But yeah, so now I'll just scan the next key. Boom. my balance was 80, now it's 70. So you now have 10 YadaCoins in your Binance Smart Chain wallet. Pretty cool, right? That's the safest way you can possibly transfer coins that I know of today. The best security on the market. Not bad for a $50 wallet, you know. It's ultra secure for only $50, $49. We just launched. Yeah. We just launched. So we would love to see more users protecting their coins. You can see here that I have 398 Yadas wrapped in our security model. So they are Yada wrapped Yada tokens. And unwrapping them is as easy as going down here and entering the amount you want to unwrap and just clicking unwrap. And you can do the same thing with any asset that is a BEP20 token. You can wrap USDT. You can wrap wrapped Bitcoin. So you can actually take your Bitcoin and send it to this wrapped Bitcoin bridge, which is exchangeable one-to-one. And you can wrap your Bitcoin after that. So you go Bitcoin native to wrapped Bitcoin on Binance Smart Chain, and then Yada wrapped Bitcoin. And then your coins, your Bitcoins will be protected even if your seed phrase is stolen or your private key is stolen. Either of those cases, your Bitcoin will be protected. Not even Bitcoin's native chain can do that. If you get your private key stolen or your seed phrase stolen on Bitcoin's native chain, you're toast. There's nothing that you can do to stop them from stealing your coins at that point. So this is innovative. There's no wallet that does this. Period. I will do a special huge airdrop if you can find me anything that performs like this, that can make those claims and back them up and demo them right now. You can't. It won't happen. I've already done the research. But I'd love to see you try. Sorry, I just get a little pumped up about this. I really love this wallet. I'm really excited about it because I think that it will protect a lot of people from all these phishing attacks and scammers and all this stuff that goes on that makes people hate crypto. This will usher in a new era of adoption because people will not be getting their keys stolen and therefore their funds stolen and therefore scaring them away from Bitcoin forever or any other coin for that matter. Okay, rant over. So yeah, you can do Litecoin, you can do Cake, you can do your Pancake Swap coins, Pancake Swap token. Oh, did I even mention that you can do swaps directly in this wallet? You can add USDT, WYDA liquidity. So you can add liquidity to our USDT Yada pool, and you can also do the swap of you can do a swap from any valid pair, but yeah, you can swap Yada USDT, you can swap BNB and USDT, so you can get all of your, you can fund your wallet straight from the wallet. It's super slick. For instance, okay, I see. $70. Let's say I want more. I have $1 of USDT. Let's say I want to buy $1's worth of USDT. From USD to W Yada, so it's gonna give me 103.55 Yada, wrapped Yada. So I say swap, and I should have $1 less. Boom. Right. So I have $1 less. And I have 103 more. Because I had 70 and now I have 103 more. Pretty sweet, right? And that's all said and done on the blockchain. In fact, we can check that. Let's check it on BSC Scan. Ooh, 101 holders. It's gone up. Yeah, so looks like we just did a, yeah, pancake swap right there. Scroll up a little. Yeah, so we just did a little swap here. 103 Yada. 871 transfers. Total supply 373,000 wrapped Yada coins. Pretty cool stuff. Let's look at how we're performing on okay, our get the DEX scan. Boom. We're at pretty low volume, I think. Oh, $1 for today. But yeah, I mean, you couldn't have a lower cap coin than this. Like, this is ground level. Honeypot, no. Verified, yes. Rug pull, no. Fake token, no. Look at all those verifications. So they do some automated checks, and all of the checks checked out. You know? We're a legit project, man. We are a legit project. All right, let's get some more Binance Smart Chain. We're gonna end the stream again, unless we get another, airdrop request. So, what's the plan with this token? Like, what's the vision? You know what I mean? What's the vision with our token? We want to sell wallets. Okay, that's what we want to do, which in turn we do a 0.1% fee for wrapping tokens in our security model. Okay? So, anytime you wrap a token that is not YadaCoin, we will use a percentage of the fee taken in, you know, whatever it is, USDT or any of the other tokens that we support, and we'll use a portion of that fee to buy back Yada. So if you're a holder of YadaCoin, and you should be, while you have this wallet, then the value of YadaCoin will increase with all of the buybacks that happen from wrapping tokens in our security model. See? So it's a completely sustainable, legitimate way to promote long-term growth for our coin. And we're actually adding real value through a very useful and adoptable technology. So let's get, oh, Yada has been around for years, mining it for a while. Yup. Oh, we got bio, yeah. Got another airdrop coming through. Okay, we'll do another one. We'll do another. Just change it real quick. Alright, we're gonna go to the wallet again, and we're going to do airdrop. So, go here. Oh. Transfer. Boom. And then W Yada. And we're already rotated. So let's just scan the QR. Oh, wrong QR. Or yeah, need to rotate to 330. All right, here we go. Boom. I'll need to look into that little red message. Anyway, so we'll just rotate to another key. So we're at 334. So now we need to get a new key provision. So we just hit next. 335. And we scan that. That becomes our new active key. And boom. Balance is now 163. So the coins have been successfully sent. Go to the Explorer here, BSC scan. See that we've sent it to FaceMoon. And we can also see that with each rotation, I'm forwarding the balance. of my Yada coins. So it's tracking each time I rotate, right? So that's how you can kind of see that every time I rotate, it's sending points to the next key. Okay, not this, this was a pin, this was a swap. So I didn't mean to highlight that, but 70 and this one for sure. Okay, now let's do well, we don't need to do screen. Alright, let's get Chemical Soldier his moolah. Dropping this again because I can. That's right. Certainly can. Alright, here we go. Get oh, okay. This laptop. Alright. Go ahead and send more YadaCoin. Yeah, I don't send out a ton of YadaCoin per airdrop, but I do a lot of airdrops, right? So, you know, you got to set an amount that is doable like hundreds of times, or you're not gonna have many coins left to promote your project. Okay. All right. Let's look. Well, I mean, until 2 hours. I go the entire. I think probably should wrap it up, but not sure what kind of numbers we're doing here. Are they going up? Going down? Doesn't matter. Did I even care about that? Let's look at the latest headlines. By the way, I love comments. Like, I love reacting to what people say. I think I should really make that clear. And so if you just want to be unhinged, as long as you're not spamming, like you want to just say something unhinged that you think will get a reaction out of me, do it. Do it. I encourage it. Unless it's just like, I don't know, intentionally low value, then probably don't do it. But you're just like, Ethereum sucks or something, or I don't know what you would say. Don't be mean to me, okay? That's all. Or, I don't know, maybe try being mean to me. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I might not ban you. I'm not that sensitive. So, you know, if any of you are holding back from chatting because, you know, you don't have anything nice to say maybe, and you just don't want to say anything at all because, you know, perhaps, you know, you may get some kind of moderation consequences. I think you should just say it. It'll make it more fun for everybody, you know? I think maybe in certain circumstances it might not be appropriate, but I don't know. I just feel like if there's 33 people in here and, you know, they're watching me, I mean, I feel like they have something to say. You know what I mean? Like, what is this? Like, for example, you might say, what is this shit coin, right? Let's be honest. You might be thinking, what is YadaCoin? The hell? You know? What the hell is this thing? You know, I've never heard of it. And you know what? That's totally acceptable. I would love to explain any misgivings that you might have with me. Maybe you don't like my red background. Maybe you're like, oh, is this the devil podcast? Is this evil? Are you about to do like the Ouija board or something? Let me know. I want to know what's on your mind, guys. But if you're just chilling, putting this on in the background and playing games, that's cool. No worries. This is one of my favorite mixes, by the way. Whenever I go to Seattle, I play this. I love driving on the freeway, playing this. Love it. My favorite shit. What is your guys' favorite music? What do you guys like to listen to? I feel like I'm always playing progressive house on here. And maybe you guys are into like metal. Maybe I should play more Korn. I mean, I do like Korn. So, there's that. Maybe Deftones? Deftones? Maybe you guys like jazz. Maybe you like some stuff that I've never even heard of before. You know, maybe there's folks from different countries that have music that I have zero experience with. I just want to get to know my audience. I want to know you guys. I want to understand you. Who are you? Who are you? What movie was that? Who are you? I feel like that was RoboCop. Man. Good old RoboCop. Let's drop those addresses, folks. Come on. Come on. Change the background bulb color to the YadaCoin color. You know what? See, that's what I was thinking. But I had some input from a friend. And they were like, I like red. Like, huh. Okay, fine. But you know what? I think I agree with you. I think changing it to the other color, the YadaCoin color, is a good idea. Let's choose a background color right now. Let me find this app that controls this thing. It's gonna be the most like generic icon ever, so it's gonna be super hard to find. Ping ID. You know, I feel like doing streaming is really good for like stand-up comedy, because if you've ever done open mic and you know you're just starting out, you don't get anything back from the audience. Like you don't look at that, you know what I mean? At least I didn't. And you're just like kind of, you feel like you just have to keep talking. And yeah, it's a similar feeling. So I feel like this is good because like it gets you kind of like used to trying to read your audience and like talk to them and get their reaction so that you don't feel like you're just like meandering, you know, aimlessly. You need a focus when you're public speaking, for sure. It keeps, you just have to have focus. That's like, I feel like the entire cure for any sort of like nerves or anything is just like, if you can just focus on your material or like what you're trying to do, you just have to have something to focus on. And then like, you know, you're not focused on the other stuff. Nova, I think, is the app. Doink. Oh. Get off my screen. The streams are fun. Like kicking a fat kid in Kmart. Oh, man. Yeah. This is where I'm supposed to be like, oh, well, I've never done that, and that's, you know, if you do that, that seems illegal. I don't know. I'm supposed to take the moral high ground or something. I don't think you actually kick fat kids, though. And it depends on the fat kid. Oh, red light special. Yeah, you know, might be giving people the wrong idea. They might be thinking this is something else. You know? Surprised I didn't have anybody knocking on my door offering me crypto. They're like, these. Anyway, I won't go there. Oh, I really can't find this like light app. What the heck? Light app. I know that you can't just type. Maybe it's lamp. What is this thing called? What the hell is this thing called? I knew this icon was going to be very hard to find. All right, we're going to start at the top. Charlie charging. What the clapper? What the hell is that? Is that spam? I don't even know what the hell that is. I need to get rid of that. It's like something I downloaded on accident. I'm gonna uninstall it right now. The frick is it? Alright. You ever notice these like apps sometimes like change? They like change their icon or their name or something? I swear that's happened a few times. Oh, Groove. There he goes. Grove. Whatever it is. Alright, I'm signing off for the evening. Have a good night. And thank you for the airdrop. Of course. There might be a Winco open. If you have those. Might be able to find somebody to kick there. They might even deserve it. Alright. Just kidding. Just kidding. Have a good night. Chemical Soldier. Cheers. Don't be thinking because Chemical Soldier's taken off that you guys can misbehave. Because that's not the case. I will still lay down the law. Alright, let's, what am I doing? Oh, yeah. Changing the lamp to the YadaCoin color. Ooh. I like that. Let's make it bigger. I don't know. Maybe you don't like it. See what you think. I think it's a little light. Color wheel. What do you guys think? I think that's pretty getting there. Too green. All right. Let's get some airdrop addresses. We need some drops. We need some drops, everybody. Okay. I'm gonna sign off here. But let's do one last push for it. Let's do one last. This is a push. You guys have one more opportunity to get an airdrop because I am ending this live. So if you want an airdrop, then drop your address. I'll let everybody drop their address one more time. So if you've already dropped your address, that's fine. I'll give you one more airdrop. All right. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Let's do it. Airdrop, everybody. Binance Smart Chain or YadaCoin address, either one. We're ending the session right after this song. So get your addresses pasted or it's over. If you already did an airdrop once, why would you stop there? You know, if you already got 10, why wouldn't you want 20? Don't make no sense. Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Y'all, make it make sense. Okay? Give me a boxing glove or a boxing thing. That's not even how you do it. You don't have to do it that fast. Okay. It's almost over, everybody. You gotta paste that address. Do you guys know that we're on YouTube right now? We're live on YouTube right now. YouTube username is Yada Blockchain. Go to YouTube and follow our channel, and you'll get notified when we're live on there as well, or when we post a new video. Check out our YouTube, everybody. I should put that all the way down here. I should have all of our socials on there. What am I doing? Come on. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the stream. That was fun. I hope you guys had a good evening.